Hi guys, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to my Geoguessr channel. Today we are going to be playing some Skewed World, which is a map where you're always facing away from the road. It makes it a really difficult map to get a good streak on, and we're going to be going for a streak of 20 in a row. The world record sits at 21, so I guess 22 is our goal for today. Let's see what we've got in the first round here. This one's a pretty easy Korea. We've got the Korean pole guard in the background here. I think I could have gotten it off this building alone, which kind of does have like a bit of an East Asian feel to it, so let's go straight in there. And we're going to be correct here, no doubt. Yep. Okay, next one is a little more challenging. This one immediately reminded me of Denmark because of the gap in this road line here. Also, we do have some wind turbines in the background, which would make sense. I could also see though like a strange Ireland or something like that. I'm not really sure if this would fit, but I could still see like UK or Ireland working here as well. I think I'll go with my with the metas here and try Denmark. And it was actually in Belgium. Okay, so that doesn't entirely surprise me. The gap in the road line is kind of a tenuous meta at best. Anyway, next one here. We should be somewhere in the Alps, maybe. I could see like Slovenia or Austria here. Maybe Austria makes more sense here. I think I'll just try that. And it was actually in Luxembourg, not even Alps at all. This one looks like Bulgaria. I think that might be a Bulgarian pole there. I mean, in the early rounds, it's better to just keep on trying and go for whatever your first instinct is. So that was one for Bulgaria. This one is interesting. We have like a lot of dirt in front of us, which is kind of strange. I thought of Spain, but it is maybe a little bit green for Spain. A lot of wind turbines here again. I think I'm just going to go with my first instinct. It's round one. We'll just try it. It was northern Spain, right? So that makes sense of the greenery. Okay, so we're on two. Now we are on Spain again with these Spanish bollards. That was a fairly easy one. Right near Portugal though. And the next one here is low camera perhaps, or is it just generation 2? I think it's just generation 2. Definitely not an easy one then. I could say like, it doesn't feel too far northern, but it doesn't feel too far southern either, so it doesn't really feel French to me, but that kind of would fit for the climate. What else could we say here with Gen 2? It could almost be like a rare Gen 2 out in Eastern Europe or something like that. I could also see just Italy here working. Yeah, I think Italy's not a bad idea here. I think I'll go for that. Let's try it. And it was actually in Belgium. Okay, so a bit further north than I thought. That was a streak of 3. And 3 on Skewed World is actually a pretty respectable score, but obviously we want to try and build something better here. These fences are interesting looking. I would say somewhere in maybe South America could work here. Don't mind going for just like a Colombia or Brazil here. Might try Brazil. And it was actually in Brazil. Okay, nice. Was kind of a difficult round there, actually. Next one here is big and jutting mountains with these white trees. This is really interesting. I guess it's probably Thailand, but I just don't know where in Thailand to put it. I guess you get these jutting mountains down here, so we'll try there. And it was nice. It felt almost cold there. That was why I was hesitating a little bit. This one with the low camera, which we can see at the bottom of the screen here, is going to be somewhere in Switzerland and probably in the Alps here. It is, so we're on for a good score here as well, actually. Well, the first round of Brazil was actually not so good, so never mind that. This one looks like Indonesia to me because we've got this clear satellite dish here and the motorbike. Now, I could even see possibly that this could be Brazil, but I can't quite make out what type of pole this is. I think it's round, not flat. So yeah, I think I'm still gonna go for Indonesia here. Whereabouts? I would say maybe it's like Sumatra or like Sulawesi or something like that. So maybe Sumatra here. It was Sumatra, even in North Sumatra indeed. So a really nice guess. And the last one of this seed is a hard one indeed. I would say like Canada is possible here. Sun is to the south, so we are Northern Hemisphere. I could see maybe Norway as well. It's hard to say, but I think Canada is a decent shout. USA as well. I think that's where I'm going to go for here. I could even see something further south in Europe, maybe even like Bulgaria, or one of these other countries where Generation 4 is quite common. But against my better judgment, maybe I'm going to go for BC here. Let's try it out. And it was actually in Canada. Wow, complete wrong side of the country, but we moved to 5 there. And we are going to see if we can build on that. That's actually really good. Like, honestly, if this is the best trick for the video, that would probably be understandable because this map is very hard. But we're going to get a Ecuador here, I believe. You can see the waffle inside this pole that looks like a Brazilian pole is kind of more closely together. There's much more of the sections than you'd get on a Brazilian pole, I think. So I think we're just in the desert of Ecuador here. The landscape definitely fits for like kind of Guayaquil area. So I think that's what I'll go for here. And it was nice. You get similar ones in Colombia, but I mean in Cambodia, but yeah, it wasn't going to be there. This one should be Botswana. I could see South Africa still, but I'm quite convinced that it is just going to be Botswana, so I'll just go for it. And it was nice on that road. When I saw the how far away I was a little bit concerned. But okay, we're on a great score here, and this one just continues to go well, because this should be somewhere in Taiwan. This is like traditional Chinese characters as far as I could tell, and it does not look like anywhere else, to be honest. So pretty sure it's not going to be somewhere in Hong Kong, because we got white rear plates, so we are free to go Taipei area here. Ends up being in Kaohsiung City, but we are fine. Okay, so we are on to 8 now. This one definitely reminded me of Colombia, I would say. Just trying to think of other places where I could realistically see this being. The fence is quite Colombian with the wooden posts. It is rather flat, which is cause for concern perhaps. I could be totally wrong here, but we also have a concrete road, which is also quite common over there. So I'm feeling good. Is, with this concrete road, Philippines possible? I think the grass feels a bit too cold climate to me. It feels quite Colombian, in all honesty. I think Colombia is a good guess here. If it's not there, then it would be a hard round. We'll check it out if it's not there, but I'm at least 50% confident. And it was Colombia, nice. Okay, so we move on to a streak of 9 here. This is very solid indeed. And we are driving left here with a yellow center line. This is unique. Not many countries drive left with this yellow center line, but this, we're actually going to use a bit of car meta, but not the normal car meta, because this is a Ford Falcon, which is an Australian model of car. I believe these ones, at least, if not made in Australia, they were definitely like designed in Australia and whatnot. So I guess with the yellow center line, we have to be in New Zealand here. And so I would say we're probably somewhere near Auckland with this kind of climate. I'm just trying to rule out any other possibilities here. Could it be overtaking? But no, it has to be an Australian car, and you would not see this yellow center line elsewhere. So let's go for Auckland here and hope for the best. And it was near Auckland. Wow, fantastic. We're on a 10 streak already, so already halfway to the world record, which is just super. But of course, any moment we could be staring at some leaves and lose our streak. So let's hope for some luck. And this round is not particularly unlucky, nor is it particularly lucky. I would say we might actually be in Lithuania here. So we got these white brick houses. Okay, I think this is Lithuania or Ukraine. I think it's one of the two. We've got these white brick houses. We've got an A-frame pole here as well. And the pole top doesn't feel like a Polish pole. It feels much more like a Lithuanian one or a Ukrainian one. The white bricks definitely remind me of Lithuania, but the roof is kind of strange on that house, I would say. Yeah, the hills in the background could fit for either country. Maybe they're more common in Ukraine, but definitely fit for both countries. And that's about all she wrote. I mean, looking at the grass, it feels relatively cold, so I could say Lithuania could fit on that front. We don't see any like little blurs all around the screen, which you often see in Lithuania though, so that maybe does detract from the Lithuania cause. Yeah, I could definitely see either country here. I'm just considering whether Ukraine would be a decent switch. We do see like quite a lot of fruit trees, which you may see quite often in Ukraine, but I think with the A-frame pole, I might just lean with my first thought, which is Lithuania here. So let's go for that. I think this is quite a 50-50, but yeah, I'm gonna go for it. And it was actually just in Russia, so they were fruit trees probably, and they were the ones you see often in southern Russia, but because it was quite up in the mountains here, like we were definitely in the Caucasus Mountains here, it became hard to tell what kind of climate we're in. But obviously 10 is a good effort, so let's just restart it there. I don't think I was going to be able to get that without anything more concrete, you know? Okay, this one should be somewhere in, I thought Kyrgyzstan, but now that I look at the house and everything, I think maybe Argentina, so we'll just try it. It was nice. Okay, next one here, we should be somewhere in like Central America, I would say. I even thought of Dominican Republic or something like that. I think I can go for Dominican Republic here. Could even be like Puerto Rico or something. It was actually just in Mexico. Okay, that does make sense. There was like a black water tank on the house there, which can help for some things, but I just wasn't quite sure which countries use which ones. This one should be somewhere in US. It was Illinois indeed, so a really, really nice guess there. This one should be Korea. This is like a Korean pole top here. We are on a bay to our south here, so I guess this kind of area could certainly work. Let's go like Mokpo, ends up being near Busan instead. But still, we only want the country. Ooh, this is unofficial coverage, or is it? Might just try US for US overseas territories here. Seems like the sun is maybe more so to the south, but it probably is about midday. I'm just going to go for US for a US overseas territory here. And it was in Cocos and Keeling Island, and that is something I've never seen before. Let's actually see if that was official coverage, because that is quite a unique round, I would say. And so it was actually just official coverage, and it had a bit of a strange look to it, because it was Trekker. Could I have gotten that? No. I don't think so, unless if we were facing the other direction, I could have gotten it, but unfortunately with that view to the ocean, I don't think I could have really gotten that, so I'm not really too mad. This one is like Ghana, like, it feels like Africa, so maybe even, like Kenya or something could work here. This house and this, like, building in the background feels quite African to me. I could be completely wrong about that, but why don't we try Kenya? I kind of like that better. It was actually in Czechia. Okay, never mind. I mean, I can see that now in hindsight, but for some reason I really thought it looked kind of African. Okay, this one is maybe, Eastern Europe. Whereabouts to put it, though, with this wooden pole? Not so sure. Maybe we'll just try Hungary. It's good to just go fast on the first rounds. Was actually Latvia? That does make sense. I felt a bit warmer because it was probably taken during the summer, but that's why. Should be Russia with like the bushfire coverage. It was actually Montana. Whoops. I did not pay probably enough attention there. It was a wooden pole. This one's Lesotho. This feels like Maseru area. A lot of like kind of like rounds that look like this there, where you have a lot of population in amongst the mountains like that. So yeah, I mean, Maseru area indeed. 20 kilometers away. This one immediately looks like Western Australia with all these brush plants. It's not my first thought, but yeah, we do see some Western Australian soil here at the bottom, so let's just get in close to Perth here, and it was close to Perth, nice, 70 kilometers away. Next one here, we should be in Nigeria. We've got the red on the left-hand side of the car instead of the right, so we should be in the south of the country. I would say we're going to Enugu here, and yeah, we were on the road to Enugu, so that's not too bad. Next one here, we are going to be somewhere in Eastern Europe with this round concrete pole. Yeah, it's not an easy round, this one, as opposed to some of the others. I would say Slovakia is a good shot here, either that or Czechia, but I think I prefer Slovakia. I'm looking for any house numbers, which are often a really good clue between the two countries. I could really see Czechia here, to be honest. House number, there might be one there, but it's really hard to tell what it is, so I wouldn't put too much value in it, or too much weight on it, I guess. A tree here is kind of interesting, feels a bit more cold climate maybe, but not too much. Yeah, okay, so it should be one of the two. Might just go with my initial thought, which was Slovakia. It is flat, though. It is flat to our north, so maybe I'll just go check here. I switch. It was actually in Croatia. That does make sense. It kind of looked like a Croatian pole in hindsight, but they're very hard to tell apart. I guess I don't know if there actually is a way to tell, but I kind of thought so. Okay then, this one should be Israel with the yellow number plate there. That's pretty much a nice gimme there, right outside Jerusalem indeed. Next one here looks like Faroe Islands, I think. Faroe Islands has to be that or Iceland, but to me, it gave me more of a Faroe vibe. It's just the fact that we have so much open space here, so I guess I should quickly look and see if there's anywhere here that actually does make sense. So maybe like around here could make sense. There are some open places, but to be honest, a field like this is kind of rare for Faroe Islands, I feel. So maybe I'm missing something here. Could be this region right here. Ooh, kind of worried. I'm gonna go for it. Thought it was. Oh man, Reykjavik. Okay, don't want to make that mistake. That's a pretty tough one, but we'll take it. I mean, should have been a nice gimme there. This one's Italy with the bollard. Ooh, wow, that's right on the border with Slovenia, but we'll take it. This one's going to be somewhere in Israel with the yellow outside line, and something really close to me in 16 kilometers away in the Palestine territory. This one should be somewhere in, I thought Uruguay off the bat. I think maybe Argentina is more likely though. Yeah, I would say maybe it's actually up in this area here, so I might just go for that. Ooh, Mexico. Okay, that really was like quite a South American feeling Mexico, but I think the architecture kind of threw me a bit there. Okay, we'll go for a few more attempts here before the video ends out. Feeling European here, obviously, but I'm not too sure which country to pick. Might just go for Greece. Does Greece make sense here? I feel like it's at least a decent shout. Ends up being in San Marino. Does make sense, I guess, with the Generation 2 camera. Okay, next one here is a lot of white flowers. Why don't we just go for like Poland here? I could see it working. Ends up being in France, so not terrible, but not great either. Okay, next one here. And this one is looking like Mongolia to me. It's just grass as far as the eye can see, very flat and quite green. I feel like there are some areas out here that look like this, so I'll try that. Ends up being a decent guess, actually. Pretty happy with that. Okay, next one. Portugal, or is it just South Africa or something? The sun seems to be more to the north, so maybe it is southern here. Even Eswatini makes sense now. Even Eswatini makes sense. I actually may go for Eswatini here. Yeah. Yeah, I think the long grass feels like a decent shout, doesn't it? It was 61 kilometers on the border between the two countries there. They look very similar indeed. Okay, we're on a good score here. Maybe Portugal here. Would love to like exit full screen and check out what's on that motorbike next to us there, but I think Portugal's a decent shout. Can't really tell where the sun is either. The pavement doesn't feel particularly Portuguese. Often they have a specific style over there. So I'm wondering maybe just like a southern Italy. Could this even be Mexico or something? Would not want to count it out. This could be South America with this architecture over here particularly. Yeah, maybe I should go Brazil instead actually. I think I'll switch to Brazil. We got a motorbike. That's more of a Brazilian thing than a European thing, so I'll go for it. Yeah, it was even a nice guess. So there we go. That was a good switch up. Happy with that. Good logic. This one should be South Africa with these shaped mountains, I think. I think Mexico is still a threat here, but looks like we're using wooden poles, and the sun is definitely to the north, so yeah, southern hemisphere makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Okay, that was a good guess as well. 3 countries in a row so far. This one is it a Chilean pole or a... I think the sun is to the north, so we should be southern hemisphere here. I think this is just a Chilean pole, and we're probably like somewhere near Santiago in this kind of drier section that kind of has this kind of climate, I would say. Houses do feel Chilean as well, so I'm feeling good. And it was in that area. Very nice. Okay, so we get our second 5 of the video so far. And I say we continue on here. Okay, let's see what we got going. This one is Kyrgyzstan, I think. Yeah, so sun is to the north. We should be southern hemisphere then. Okay. I really thought Kyrgyzstan. Now I'm thinking Argentina, I guess, with the winter coverage. Chile is possible, but the dirt road feels marginally more Argentinian to me, so I think I'll just go for that. It's kind of like one of those ones you can agonize for a long time over, but in the end it should just be Argentina, and it was. Very good. Okay, back up to 6. We're going strong. This is a hard round. A lot of rocks on the ground make me think of Sweden. I can see Sweden here. What else could I see? Yeah, not so obvious to me. The longer I look at it, the less sure I am. Could it even be like Estonian island here? I could see Estonian island, maybe. I could see maybe a random Finland in there as well, possible. Or maybe Canada. But I don't really love Canada here, to be honest. It could be further south, but these pines and these trees definitely remind me more of the north. So I think I will go for Sweden here and just hope that the rock meta on the ground is at least somewhat getting us in the right direction here. We do have some hills, but of course Sweden has hills. So let's try it. It was Sweden. Wow, what a crazy round there. I mean, that was really not much to go for, but we got it, so happy with that. Okay, this one should be somewhere in Malaysia, I would say. Oh, we have even a peninsula sticker on the pole there, if we didn't need that, if we didn't have enough confirmation already. And so, a good guess. We move up to 8. Colombia comes to mind. Colombia comes to mind on a round like this. I could still see, like, Bhutan, but a lot of rubbish on the ground. I feel like that's probably something you'd see more in Colombia. Yeah, trees feel rather Colombian. Don't hate it at all. Could still see Mexico, could still see a weird Guat, but yeah, surely this is just a Colombia. There's so much Colombia on this map. I could also see Ecuador here, to be fair. Wow, was Bhutan. I did think of it. We ended on 8 countries in a row there. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know if you enjoyed it. I'll probably make some more of these before I leave on my trip. Yeah, guys, I'm pretty happy with an 8 country in a row effort there. It was a lot of fun to play it. So tune into my streams as well. I play some of this with the viewers as well, so we get everyone's point of view, and it's good fun because you know, everyone has different opinions on some of these rounds. But guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Bye bye.